It's a little more light. Is that
better? It is. Otherwise, we go outdoors.
It is nice. Thank you for thinking of this. It's like when you're in New Hampshire in January, and you're why are we doing it outdoors?
Let's just say, Governor Huckabee, what put Bill McCollum ahead of Rick Scott here?
Well, the main thing is he's got, I believe, the perfect balance of experience and a long record of integrity. I mean, this is a man who served his country in the military. He served his state. He served his nation in both Congress and at the state level. I wasn't kidding. It is going to be an extraordinary challenge to be governor, and his ability to know the issues both from the federal and the state side are critical, because the real battle for state budgets is going to be that relationship between states and federal governments. Governors basically have three jobs: educate, medicate, incarcerate, and that's really the job. And I would imagine in Florida it's probably 90% of your state budget of general revenue. He's dealt with all of those issues in depth. You need someone who on day one walks in and sits behind that desk and can get this state moving.
What's your take on the building an Islamic Center 2 blocks from the World Trade Center site?
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with this race, but it's an issue that has inflamed a lot of people. I think that, the sad thing is some things are legal, but doesn't necessarily make them right. I think, it's a case of looking at every issue from how it affects people in that local area. The reason I'm here today is not because I feel like I know something that people of Florida don't know, but I'm here to lend my support because I truly believe that it matters who the governor is, because I know the decisions that a governor makes every day, having been one. And having been in that job, I have no doubt that Bill McCollum sitting at that desk will make decisions that will move Florida forward. As a Floridian now who votes here, it does matter to me. It's not just a political thing, it's personal. So my presence here today is more than a political presence, it is a personal one. And my endorsement is not just a party, and it's not just political, it is personal. I believe that Florida will do better under Bill McCollum, and I'm happy to endorse him and support it.
I'm honored you voted for me already. I heard you say
that's
that
right.
a while ago, so that's great.
There are a lot of voters still undecided. I was talking to a lot of them yesterday, and the polls are showing that also. What do you do in the final days to reel them in?
Well, first of all, we're talking a lot as we go around the state, and I visit many places, about the fundamental differences between Rick Scott and myself. And the choice really comes down to my record of public service that I'm very proud of, and a record that experience that I can take to Tallahassee and get going from the very beginning of this. I'm Rick Scott's record, which is very questionable in terms of being a businessman. He claims to have been, and the success or lack of it he's had, and his slick ads. I mean, he has no record in public service, so that contrast is very great. The other thing is, people need to look at leadership, character, integrity, trust, things that are intangible, very, very important. And I have a record of being a Ronald Reagan conservative. I stand by my word, I always have. I'm a person of faith. I'm a person who believes in the same values that the Republicans generally do. I'm pro-life, pro-Second Amendment rights, all of the things that I think I have a long history of proving by the voting records and the public service I've had as Attorney General. That's the message in the last few days. And I'd like people to think people will pull back the onions and look at both of us and make a common sense decision about that.
Last question.
I spoke to a woman yesterday, and she's not the first one who told me that. She said, I'm going to the polls to vote out the people who have been in there. She was fed up with what's going on. What do you say to those people on the campaign trail?
Well, I say to them that this isn't just about an outsider versus an insider, which of course would be Scott's theme in his campaign. This is a question that I'm being just as angry as you are. I'm angry at politicians and people who run for office and say one thing, and then they get in office and do something else. I have a record of doing what I say I do, and I'm just as angry as anybody else about the situation in Washington, which a lot of this is there, because I served there with Ronald Reagan, and I know what we should be doing. And people want a government that taxes less, spends less, and creates more opportunities. That's the kind of governor I'm going to be. That's what they want. And I will end by telling you one thing. I got endorsed by Dick Armey at Freedom Works a few weeks ago. I think he said it right. Bill McCollum was Tea Party before there was a Tea Party.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Mr. McCollum, what did you think about church this morning?
I thought it was a great sermon. I enjoyed being there. This is the third or fourth time I've been to First Baptist in Jacksonville.
sermon about being nice and not spitting decay, as they say.
Hey Ryan.
Doesn't reflect on this
wrapping up.
and certainly hasn't lasted long.
Well, I was
For you.
thinking about the words that were going on at the beginning, and when you talked about the words that can hurt people and meaningful, and the fact that you shouldn't take words out of context and distort what people say. I thought about Rick Scott's first television ad about Arizona immigration law, and I thought about the fact that he just lifted my words out of context. Right? So I opposed that very first immigration law that came out in Arizona for the first week. They changed that law, and he knew when he made that ad, and he's been running over $15 million worth of TV on that I support Arizona's immigration law. That's what I thought.
So you don't want to take Mac Bryson's
Thanks a lot, guys.
pledge
Appreciate it.
and stop the